Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, welcome back to the Bristol Channel. It's an evening after work, we've got a 13.9 metre tide. There's not really many places I can fish on the English side with a tide this big, but I'm going to give it a go. So my name's Wayne, this is the Bristol Channel, let's go fishing. When I was walking out here earlier, I did pass someone that had been out to the low water mark, which is pretty crazy. I used to do it when I was a young spring chicken, but I don't want to do it now, and I definitely wouldn't take you out. He was covered in mud, but he had a bucket full of bass. So, you know, there could be a few bass this evening. Tide-wise, it's a 13.9 metre tide, which is absolutely massive. There is not many places in the Bristol Channel where I could fish a high water mark. Honestly, this wind is terrible, and it's freezing. Bait-wise this evening, blacks, codling, bass, sardines, thornback rays. I'm going to wrap these up in the squid, do a squid parcel with some sardines, nice and fishy. Hopefully we can get into another thornback ray, as you've seen from previous videos. There's quite a few around, and maybe a conger over the top of the tide. The same with squid, as I've said, riot bait squid. That's going to wrap my sardines, and I may use squid on its own. That can definitely get me a thornback ray, a conger eel, a dreaded dogfish, a big bass and a cod. As I've said to you before, if I had to pick one bait to go out with for the rest of my life, it would be squid. And there we go. As you can see, the water's coming in at a rate of knots. As I've said already, it's almost a 14 metre tide this evening, which is absolutely massive, even for the Bristol Channel. As you can see, I've got my competition naggers this evening, paired up with my faithful Fathom 15s. As you can tell, if you watched my video the other day, I had trouble with one. There you go, there's my naggers. That one's gone off to be fixed. As I said, I knew it would be a shim. It's a little washer that affects the gearing, but I've got my spare reel and we're ready to go. Rig wise this evening, you know what's coming. A 6-ounce gripper to a 150 pound rig body, to a bead, a pulley bead, a swivel, to 90 pound snood length, to a 4-0 circle, a lovely peeler crab and fresh blacks, to a 4-0 J hook. Just right to get a bass right in the kisser, hopefully. It's a nice evening, it's not going to rain, it's just windy again. So I'm not going to belt it, as I've said. Just going to give it a little flick and then make sure I don't plug it. There you go. I might struggle to get that one out, as I've said. Plugged. So what we do, tighten up, there you go, pop straight out, perfect. It's typical. The last 2 or 3 weeks I've been out catching bass at low water. I thought I'll just wait, bigger tides bring you out. I know I've only been out once before, or twice including Breen, for a bass. I've wasted some lovely peeler crab and I've not had one, but I don't really care, it's fishing. I've made a plan, I've stuck to it, and it just hasn't worked. But as I've said to you over and over, it's about making a plan, and one of these days we'll get our target. I'm making it sound like I don't really catch any fish. I actually do all right, but I'd like to catch a few more. Probably like you. It's nice when we get into a few fish. It's not the end of the world if we blank. There we go. I pretty much put that one on top of the other one, which is not great. It should be all right. Put a nice scent trail out there. Pop it out. I think this one's over the top of the other one. And there we are. So what I'm going to do now is give you a tip for free. You can have this for free. This is one of my coaching points that I like to teach when I go out coaching. And what it is, you will see I've got my rod rest. You will notice I've not got my rods in the cups. This is a big pet hate of mine, and I've definitely learnt the hard way over the years. If you put your rods up in the cups, I've got an easterly wind, it's cutting across the beach now from right to left. If it blows my rods over, if they're up in the rest and they're up in the cups, they both go over, and 9 times out of 10 you smash an insert out your rod and void it useless for that evening. With that as well, you only have 3 points of contact, i.e. the legs on the rod rest. You will see I have my 3 legs on the rod rest, and I put some rocks around it for a little bit of support, and I've got my rods on the floor, meaning I've got 5 points of contact now. If the wind was going to blow this over, I've now got a lot more contact to the ground to stop it happening. I'm actually using my rods against the rest to hold it up. If a fish, like a smooth hound, which you don't get here at high water, or a bass, was to pull my rod over, if I didn't have my ratchets on, I'm only going to lose 1 rod. So I hope that makes sense. What I see when I'm walking around, when you're seeing people fishing on piers, they have both rods up nice and high, and as soon as that wind goes, they all go over. You've probably done it yourself. It's like a massive slow motion pinch on the bollocks, and they go over like that, and they smash on the floor, and you beat the hell out your reels and beat the inserts out of your rods, and then you can't use them. So there you go, there's a little tip. If you're fishing rock marks or hard areas, even shingle, keep your rod butts on the floor, and there you go. As I said, that one's for free. I hope it helps you. I hope it stops you smashing your eyes and breaking your rods and beating your reels up. Let's get back to the fishing. Baiting up. It's an integral part to fishing, everybody. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do squid. Lots of you have seen this before, but some of you might not. As you can see, my bait is frozen solid. As I said before, frozen baits, keep them frozen. Fresh baits, keep them fresh. There you go. A whole squid. Just talk amongst yourselves when I'm just fumbling around here. And there you go, bait needle, squid, bait elastique, well, baitex. It's not elastic, what is it? 1, 2, 3, answer at home. Latex. So it's biodegradable, which is good for the environment. Check the rods, I've got the ratchets on anyway. Just don't want to get slack line from a bass. I know you know this, but if you keep the bait frozen, all the juices stay inside, and when it goes out there it falls out and deposits all the juices in the water. Tonight I may only use 3 squid. If I defrosted the whole packet, I'll be throwing half of it away. Well, you can use it when it's pink, but you know what I mean. The wind is horrible. Straight in my grid when I look at the camera. Straight in my face. So on this rig, I've got a 4-foot pulley. We know all about it by now. I've got a 3/0 J hook and I've got a 4/0 circle. This rig, hopefully I can get into a 40. My session tonight is a bass session, but we all like rays, what I do, and I just think if I put a squid out, if the bass don't turn up, hopefully I can just get us a fawny anyway. Get some nice thornbacks off here. Get a nice specimen one for my club, that'd be nice. That'd be good. And there you go. It's my tubing pulled down and a whole squid ready to go. Let's get it out there. It's been 20 minutes, I've not had a bite. I'll bring them in, get some fresh baits. As I've said to you, it's a big tide tonight. Those baits will wash out quite quick. So I'm going to change the baits every 20 minutes. I'm only here probably 3.5 hours. So I've got to give it my maximum effort. I can't get in the van thinking, you lazy shitbag, and blank. If I come here, change the baits every 20 minutes, keep the baits going in, keep trying, keep active. Hopefully I'll be rewarded. If not, I couldn't have done no more. For the thornbacks, you've just seen I've baited up a whole squid. I'm going to put this one out in the tide, give it a little tickle, get it out there. Rays love tide, everything loves tide, but when I'm bass fishing, especially when I've got a bit more water, I'll probably just underarm it 30 yards at high water. Hopefully a bass comes snooping in, sniffs out my crab, but the rays are definitely out further. There we go. Like quarter of an hour till high water now. I've got fish baits on both. I've told you quite a few times that over high and over low, the congers come out feeding. Conger's not really designed for big strong tide. They're long, obviously. So for me, in my opinion, they come out at low water and high water because they find it easier to feed and swim around. It's a little bit early for congers. I've not really seen any yet up here, but I'll try. The water doesn't really stop here. It doesn't stop for like half an hour or 40 minutes. It comes in, before you know it, it's going straight back out. So you've only got sort of 20 minutes of slack water. Well, not really slack, where it slows down. So I'm going to maximise that by putting fish baits out. Wow. It's just gone high water. As you can see, the sun's going down. It's freezing. I didn't wear my bottoms and that easterly northeast wind is just blowing in. I'm froze. I've just been hid behind a wall. But I've not had a bite. I just can't, I don't know. I've kept the baits going in. I'll keep trying. Got about another hour, hour and a half if I'm very lucky. It's a good time to get a fish. So I'll keep trying, keep the baits going in, but there you go. There's the sunset, that's Wells. I'll leave that with you. Wow, it's a stunning evening, everyone. I've gone and popped a blank, haven't I? I can't believe it. I fished my bollocks off as well. That easterly wind has definitely killed it, but I don't really care. Look at it, I'm froze, but it looks beautiful over in Wales. I've got about quarter of an hour left. I've just cast these two back out. When I bring them in, I'll bring you back. We'll do a quick outro. Hopefully I've got a thornback hanging on or something and save a blank, but I'm not really worried. Sorry again, I've popped a blank. I don't know, I can't do anything about it at the moment. One session's good, one's bad. I'll keep fishing, I'll bring you back at the end. We'll have a quick outro and I'll see you soon. Thanks everyone. I just come to wind them in. They've got a right mess, I think. This one's gone slack. I think I've, after all that, I might have just wound in both rods. I should be alright if I go this side. Woohoo! Oh. Oh, I think I've got them both. I think I've got a fish on one as well, which is not great, and I'm on my own. Oh, I've got both. This is going to be a shitty heat. I don't think I got a fish on. I don't know. I've got both lines out. Just sums up the session, eh? It's beautiful over in Wales there. Put your hand up if you blanked. That's me, on me. I can't actually believe that. I didn't see that coming at all. Beautiful tide, good baits, lots of effort, and I absolutely blanked. Not even a pin whiting. What the hell was that? Some weird bird then. I'm on my own. Oh yeah, I'm not scared of the dark anymore. I said that the other week, so I'm not really scared. It's just a bird, isn't it? Don't matter. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself out of here. I absolutely blanked tonight. I'm sorry. That's how it is. It's fishing. But the sunset was amazing. I've had a great time. I've got loads of fresh air. I actually froze my nuggets off. So I'm gonna go home, have a shower, have a sleep, and reevaluate my life. My name's Wayne. I am a fishing coach, and I blank quite a lot. I'll see you next week or somewhere else in a few days' time. I don't know. Thanks for sticking with it. Cheers, everyone. There's a little fish for you.